All right, if you were to have purchased a Mendota Fireplace from us somewhere between 2009 and 2012, chances are you have a ProFlame 1 model remote control and control system. And one of the ways you can identify that is next to the room temperature, you'll have a little icon that looks like a house. Another way to identify it, if you have a full view Mendota Fireplace, is that you will have a wall control like this that has a manual dimmer knob for the accent light inside the fireplace, and also a switch for the remote on or off position. Behind this cover plate is the battery backup for if your power ever goes out. You have to take the 4 screws out. This knob just pulls off. Take the 4 screws out, and behind here is a battery backup in case you ever lose your power. That will run the flame, but not the fan or the light. Another thing to remember is that your pilot is an on-demand pilot, meaning when you ask the fireplace to turn itself on, the pilot will go through an ignition sequence, light itself, the flame sensor gets to a certain temperature when it's satisfied, and then the burner will come on. It takes 30 to 60 seconds typically. However, we recommend that you have your pilot on during the cold winter months. And in order to do that, you need to either open your doors or, in this case, remove your front. And you will have a small toggle switch that you can pull forward, and your pilot will light itself. And it will stay on continuously as long as you have power. If the power goes out to your house, that pilot will shut off. That's not a safety risk. As soon as that pilot shuts off, all the gas is gone. When the power is restored, it typically relights itself. Occasionally, you will have to go in here, turn the switch off. The pilot will turn off, and then re-engage it and turn it back on. This tool came with your fireplace. This tool is used to remove your glass for cleaning. Hopefully you still have it. If not, you could use a screwdriver to get in there. It's hard to reach with your finger. From there, the remote's pretty simple to operate. The top button here will turn your flame on. It's going to default to the highest flame setting. There are 6 different flame heights, and you will just use the arrows to lower or raise the flame, increasing or decreasing your heat output. Another thing to note, hopefully you can hear it, is every time we command the fireplace to do something, we get a beep. It's not a very loud beep, but that is confirmation that the command that you've sent to the fireplace has actually been received. The bottom button here is your mode button, and what that will do is cycle over to your fan. This particular display fireplace that we have does not have a fan on it, but if it did, you would use the up arrow to adjust the fan into one of its 6 different speeds, or turn the fan off. The third function here is the accent light. As you can see, that light turns on and off by just using the up or the down arrow. If we want to decrease the intensity or increase it, we use the dimmer knob on the control that I showed you previously. The fourth function here is a dual burner feature. This particular fireplace does not have 2 burners in it, but if it did, I would press the up arrow and that would kick on the rear burner or shut that burner off. Next time I hit mode is going to go back to my flame. The second button down is your thermostat button. So right now the thermostat says off. That means this fireplace is on. It's going to run until you physically come over here and shut the fireplace off. If you wanted to use it as a way to heat your house or make sure you don't get too uncomfortable, simply turn the fireplace on and then press the thermometer button to engage the thermostat. Right now our room is at 73 degrees and the set temperature is at 87. When this fireplace heats the house up to 87 degrees, wherever this remote is sitting, it will shut the fire off. needs a 1 degree difference. So if I demonstrate this by turning it down to 72, now the flame will not come on. The second time I press this thermometer button, the word SMART shows up. And when the word SMART shows up, the flame will automatically turn itself down depending on how close these two numbers are together. So for example, if it was 73 degrees and we had our set temperature at 75, you'll notice here I can't get to my flame icon. In smart mode, it will not let you manually modulate the flame. It'll decide what flame level to give you, and it'll shut the fireplace off when it reaches its set temperature. To disengage all thermostats, you press that thermometer button one more time, and the word off will be shown next to that thermostat icon, meaning again your fireplace is running until you physically shut it off with the button on top. It's pretty common that we will get phone calls from time to time, and people will report that their fireplace has a mind of its own and it's running continuously and they don't know how to shut it off. Typically, we're going to ask you if your thermostat is on or off. So double check that, because if it says off next to that thermostat, your fireplace is just running until you physically turn it off. Now, if it's coming on and off all by itself and you think it has a mind of its own, chances are you've got it in one of the thermostat modes. It's either going to say on or smart next to it. It's perfectly safe, just like your furnace, to run like that, provided you don't have Christmas stockings or something that could burn near it. It's perfectly safe for it to run like a furnace. It's designed like that. That's why it has thermostatic capability to begin with. Thank you.